So, where we last left off our group of adventurers, having finished clearing out the Golden Spring Mine, which was infested with some cultish gnomes, or sorry, not gnomes, gnolls, that were worshipping a deity who made an appearance before you all, tempting you on in your journeys, excited to see where you might go, and leaving a small prophecy behind, or a small riddle, or saying to you all as you left. We kind of yada-yada'd over the return back to the town of Mystral. As it was super late, you all made a Constitution saving throw for the last hour of your travels, because you had been up for quite a while without resting. You made your way back into town, found safe haven at the Barge Tavern again. I believe somebody paid for rooms again, and you're all settling down for the night. Is there anything you want to discuss on your way back? Anything that happened? Do you want to discuss among yourselves, or have any questions for me?
Arkus will be weirdly silent for most of it until we get to the, seeing the town in the distance. And I'll just turn to all of you and be like, I would appreciate it if you kept the whole thing to yourselves. Yeah. It's not exactly a popular condition to have, and most people don't think it can be controlled, and controlling it is difficult. So don't say anything, or else I'll have to, I don't know, leave. Thanks.
Turk wants...
We like having you around. We like having you around, and that nose of yours is pretty useful, so you got it.
Yeah. Turk wants to ask more questions about it, but knows this isn't a good time, so he just, of course, agrees and understands, says he understands.
Awesome. I'll grunt with agreement and thanks, and then continue to slowly bleed as we go to get to the town.
This is a big and important question. Now that Mika has her own pet, Arkus is his own pet, and Penelope has a pet. Guess that just leaves me.
Says the guy carrying the 20-pound egg.
Oh yeah, you literally have an egg. We don't know what your egg is going to be.
Oh shit, it's so quiet, it doesn't do anything. I kind of forgot it was there.
I forgot about your egg.
I'm sorry, Eggy, but maybe just an interim pet.
Turk,
just
as
my birthday's coming up.
As an addition, when you had your ocean encounter, the egg thrummed. It beat. It harmonized. But it's gone quiet again.
Okay. That's pretty it's pretty personal. Probably keep that to myself. It's good to know though.
Good to know. Good to know. Anything else before you bed down for the night at the barge?
Probably as we're walking back, I'll chat with Penelope and just sort of, Princess, what do you want to do? Do you want to go home? Do you want to stay with us? Should we all go to your home?
No.
I know your family is waiting for you.
Definitely don't.
All right.
So, whatever the group's doing.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I don't, I haven't signed up, like with the group yet. I don't actually know what your deal is. But before going to bed, I will say, tomorrow I have to report to my superiors. I don't know what your plans are, but if you could wait to skip town until after we close up the Knoll job and make sure the client is satisfied, that would be appreciated.
Yeah, I mean, we've got to pay out to get, so we're all in this together, I guess. Something like that.
Excellent. Decent fighters.
It was
You
nice to
are-
have another set of hands. We lost two of ours, not to anything, they just wandered off. So, if you'd
Is
like
that-
to stay with us,
Does that happen
we'd be
a
happy
lot?
to bring everybody. Well, we all only met a little while ago, so it happened.
Oh, fair enough. Well, whether or not I can travel with you, that depends on what the pack leaders say. I have to speak with my superiors beforehand.
Reasonable.
Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to sleep for 12 hours.
Did we all, and Zephyr, we all leveled up, right? Did we all do
Yes.
that the last time?
So you are leveling to level 5. Very cool.
Yep. Did that?
I did not do that.
Yep, I got that.
Erica,
It
if you
doesn't-
need any help with anything, let me know. If you have any questions about picking new spells, etc.
Yeah, do you know how many spell slots open up at that?
It'll tell you if you just do the. I can help her.
Well, I don't know if it's updated.
We'll go to here. Just go.
Go where?
Here, just scroll.
Sorry, I'm using D&D Beyond today, which I have not used in
No
ever.
worries.
Since I made it.
At
Oh, I see.
your 5th level, you unlock 2 3rd-level spell slots. You gain 1 additional spell known and 1 additional... and that's it, actually. Your proficiency bonus goes up by 1, and you get 1 additional sorcery point as well.
Okay.
Yeah. But access to 3rd-level spells is huge. And, yeah. You get to learn 1 more spell. Probably best to take that in the 3rd-level tree. If you have any questions about those, just let me know.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. While you're looking through that, and everyone's taking a lovely night of rest, Mika,
No, Jesus. Okay.
you fall asleep quickly. There's a lot of blood on your hands, a lot of blood out
please.
from your hands and elsewhere. And in this sleep, you have a familiar dream of a dinner table in an unfamiliar home. But this time the seats are empty. A voice over your shoulder whispers, "We can make these dreams a reality, so long as the dagger continues to feed." The scene changes to a wasteland with wind whipping by, but this spot that you're in is surrounded by large rocks, sharp rocks. Red bricks and tile form a mosaic of an eclipse on the ground. On the other side of the clearing is a statue of a beautiful elven woman, her hands outstretched to you. In your dream, you're compelled to walk forward. And as you inspect this statue, in its outstretched cupped hands is a pool of blood. It's nowhere near full. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
That's a 2.
That's a 2. Okay.
Yeah, that's not fine. That's
Okay.
fine. I don't know if you still do that.
And you wake the next morning.
Is there anything recognizable about that statue? Is it someone that I've seen before, or a deity, or
It's-
something that...
It's no one that you've seen before. It's no deity. It's not a recognizable figure. But you swear it looks almost like you. Almost. Penelope, during
Yeah.
your night of rest, having, scrounged up an extra pillow or two for your beauty rest, you see a familiar bird cage in your dream. This is
Okay.
a throwback. This is a throwback to the first time we all played.
A long throwback.
same with the table for Mika. This is a throwback.
Oh.
You remember? Good.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
The cage has golden bars. A white dove sits perched high above in this cage. You stand at its base. You hear the flap of its wings as it comes down to investigate you. It puts its head, which this bird is taller than you. Whereas you're small in a big bird cage, and the bird comes down and it levels its eye with you. You know how like it does it, it's like this bird see on the side of their head. It's like sideways looking at you. You know, you're getting the image. What is that word?
You can't read your own
I
writing?
can't.
Third
It,
is the word.
That word, that's not a word.
That's what happens when you do all that late night game planning.
I want you to know that what it looks like is it hands much heavier than it looks up close.
Okay,
I don't know.
got it.
When it's closer, it looks a little different than you could see. I don't know what I was writing. The feathers have a little bit of a silver sheen to them.
Okay.
It looks at you and its eye flares with a magical energy.
Okay.
And you hear, "Who are you, child?" It echoes in a deep, grumpy voice. "Where are you?" The scene flickers in your mind, and instead of a bird cage, you're on the interior of a log cabin
Okay.
with the dove on the other side of a set of golden bars etched with mystical runes spiraling down them. And your dream
Okay.
fades.
Okay.
Turk, in your lovely night of rest, you awake in a familiar bar. Sven stands a little ways away, tending to another patron. They walk out the swinging doors, and Sven sighs. "You're lucky everyone survived that encounter with Layla. She can be unpredictable."
Nothing we can't handle.
Dark forces are plotting something on the other side of the spire. Spine. Sorry, not spire. The spine. I'm afraid the bar is about to get much busier.
What does this have to do with me?
You're my only asset on core. I can feel someone tugging on my essence. Someone is trying to use my power without my permission.
Who? What? Where's it coming from?
I don't know. I can't pinpoint it with as far as I am separated from reality. But it's not on your side of the spine.
Okay. What can I do about it?
Find them. Stop them. If they use my necromantic abilities, I don't think anything can stop them.
Good to know. Okay.
Do you have any more questions in your dream for Sven?
How will I know? I mean, how will your powers manifest in front of us? To our eyes.
Anytime someone uses necromantic magic is part of my doing, to an extent.
And how do we best combat it?
The best way is to prevent it from happening. Large amounts of bodies going missing is usually a telltale sign. But I would keep your ears out for old magics, old powers that may have reemerged. This doesn't feel like something someone new could do.
Will death put an end to this person? This thing? If they can...
Rest assured, I will. But I need you to deliver them here first.
Where?
Here.
To the bar.
To the bar.
I only come to the bar in my dreams. How can I get there in the waking world?
Well, like my friend I just ushered through the doorway, this is more of a place between places.
Who the hell are you people?
So, Travis, or Turk would know from perhaps past conversations. This is more like the bar is called At the Edge of the World. This is the transition between life and death.
Okay.
Usually the people here are dead. But you get invited back. Do you have any more questions before you wake?
No. Thank you.
All right. And you wake from your
Does
slumber.
Arkus had a dream?
No, Arkus does not have a dream. Arkus nearly died last time and he is out. But he dreams...
I sleep soundly because I don't make deals with random objects or demons, apparently.
Hey, I didn't do it on purpose. It just happened.
So, you all, the three of you who I've already spoken to, kind of wake, and you look over, and Arkus, in his dream, is... Oh, he's dreaming he's running.
Yeah, but I'm mumbling something like, "Get back here, you know, I'll slit your throat. I'll drive my sword straight up in you. Oh, he's getting away. Oh, he's getting away."
So
Just like hold a piece of bacon in front of his nose. And he grits the top of his head. Good boy.
So it comes to morning, and the three of you head down to start collecting breakfast while Arkus is still sleeping a little bit. While you're grabbing your breakfast, included with your stay, Arkus, you wake, and finding yourself alone, you should know what to do.
Right. So what is my methodology of contacting my...
It is a sending stone.
Okay,
Of sorts.
cool.
Of sorts.
Of sorts. I'll do the typical lock the door, close the curtains, make sure nobody's listening in, no magical bugs sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I will pull out the sending stone and attempt to make my report.
You hear as it flashes, it returns the familiar tune of the other side picking up. The Grove has answered your call, and you hear a very familiar voice of the Packmaster answering your call.
Oh, that's interesting.
Arkus, I hear there might have been a mix-up.
Listen, reading and writing comprehension has gone down amongst these people. They can't tell the difference between trolls and gnolls. That is not my fault, but I got the job done.
That is good to hear, at least.
Yeah, normally wouldn't necessarily call headquarters just to let you know I did my job, but there were some complications that I think you should be aware of.
How would you define a complication in our line of work?
Oh, running into a party of misanthropes who happen to help on this job, only to find out that the gnolls we were sent to eradicate were in some sort of pact with a ancient god of trickery who made a personal appearance and threats. So that's a thing.
You hear him go silent for a second, thinking, taking that in, and then, kind of muffled, you hear, Torok! What do we know about gods of trickery? I'll get back to you on that. What kind of group of misanthropes runs into a goddess of trickery?
Yeah, that's the other thing I wanted to go over with you. One of them in particular, I don't know, it's got some sort of weapon. It just doesn't smell right.
Curious.
The other two are weird, but harmless, mostly.
That is good, I suppose.
Could have sworn I seen the Dragonborn somewhere before.
There's
not
not
on money or something.
There's not too many of them around, but this is troubling. I'm not really sure what to do with the information you provided. Do you have names, colors, insignia, anything like that I could pass on to the lore keepers to see what we can see?
I can tell you what the weird knife looks like. I can also give you all the information about that god. And I'll just briefly describe the party, their affectations, and everything that we saw about the statue, the obsidian weaponry, the knoll with the large tracts of land.
Indeed. And the Packmaster will listen intently, taking notes with Torok, who has joined the call. Torok is one of the lore keepers of you know this, of course, one of the lore keepers within. And Olaf will scratch his head You can't see that sending stone. And
You hear just like a little scratching.
Yeah, like he's scratching his head with the sending stone.
like someone with like the corner of a flip phone or something. And they'll say, well, the job got done. We haven't seen a goddess in several Packmaster positions. It's been quite a long time since a deity has manifested on this realm, if legitimate.
I mean, it felt pretty legitimate.
Interesting. Report back to Bertrand. He's impatient as always. And keep a close eye on this group. They have a tendency for encountering curious circumstances, do they not?
I would bet gold on it that something crazy would happen around them again, sir. Probably would like to keep an eye on them in an official capacity, if the orders allow it.
Indeed. Your new orders from the top. Stick with this party if you can. Trail them if you have to, at a distance. But keep your wits about you. It can be unpredictable, especially when you've already tangled with the goddess of mischief.
Yeah, that sounds about right, sir.
Indeed. Keep us updated.
Aye, for the pack.
For the pack. And the stone quiets.
I smell bacon, so I'm going downstairs.
Of course. Regrouping down in the barge. Does anyone have anything they'd like to discuss?
Nika would have just gathered a plate for Arkus, and as he comes in, she'll just slide it over to him.
Mm-hmm. So
a grunt of thank you, and then just immediate eating with fingers, like a sloppy dog.
You know what? I look down at the plate, and I look at this measly meal, and I say, we're goddamn heroes, and we got some fat stacks in our pocket. I think we deserve a trip out into the town to get some real breakfast. What do you guys say?
Or forward.
Sure.
why am I blurry?
Pretty good. I wouldn't mind making some purchases, and I like jingle a coin, whatever. Like I'm like looking and checking and making sure it's all still there. We do have some more money to pick up from the. I don't remember where we left it. Hang on. Where do we have to go?
Barkeep. Where's the best?
Is it the
breakfast
lock?
in town?
The lockkeeper has your money, yes.
Got it.
The barkeep will respond and say, well, here, obviously, I have to say, but when there's no one in the tavern, I'll go down and get some fair street food in the local market. There's no place in particular. We're not really known for our breakfasts here.
Just have bacon. That's all you need.
As a side note,
Yeah.
Turk, Penelope, and Arkus, you're coming down the stairs. You're probably still a little sore from the night before, or the fight before. But each of you feels like, wow, that wound didn't heal. Like, oh,
I don't like that.
that's weird.
Me neither.
And you reach down, and it's just under your arm, your right arm, the same slash on all of you.
All of us? Okay. Yikes.
And it's not...
Was
it's
that
like,
there before?
Do we have that from
Like-
the fight?
if you'd like to try and remember, roll a medicine check for me.
What do you roll with?
What are your D&B on?
Just the three of them?
Just the three of them.
You can just click on the medicine.
Puh!
Oh, sorry. Good evening.
Ian, what do you got?
The whole three.
Well, it could have been there.
growth onto
Yeah,
your
all
medicine.
right. I guess I just
You were
missed that
furry.
one.
You had no idea.
That's true.
But it's
Just click it and it'll roll
the
dice.
the blood on it doesn't necessarily look fresh, but like you didn't dress that wound. You must have missed it last night.
You don't have a proficiency in it.
Weird.
I know that's if you're adding the plus
Aside
two.
from them,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just
No, that's
look at the blade and make sure that it's not dirty,
you want it.
It's a little dirty.
or that there's.
You remember cleaning it off, but there's a little blood on it.
I got a 12.
A 12? You're pretty sure you dressed all of your wounds last night, but you might have missed one? And Turk? Or are you just not even checking? 4?
No, I did 14. Yeah.
14. You're even more sure than Penelope that you dressed all your wounds yesterday. You could have missed one, but like you're fairly certain.
Jesus, holy cow!
And
Is yours
so
hurt?
all of you are missing 3 HP right now.
Oh,
So you need to take 3 damage.
Gross.
God.
Rested.
All right, registered.
So here we are in the morning.
Okay, fuck breakfast. Hold on.
Fuck breakfast. Ow.
When I feel around it, is it like tender or do I feel pain? Like it's a bump or what?
So if you poke, it's like a slash.
okay.
Like you got cut by something. If you touch it, it probably still hurts a little bit. It's not like scream in pain, but it's like a ooh kind of ouch. It might even like it's probably scabbed a little bit, but like stopped bleeding. But if you touch it, it might break the scab. It's thin.
Interesting. I'm gonna try to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Mika.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna try to cast Cure Wounds on it.
Yeah. Go ahead. You just roll your heal.
12.
12? 12 total healing?
It's I hit Cure Wounds.
Mm-hmm.
For the effect is 1d8 plus 4, and I got 8. So.
Perfect. So
Nice.
you hold like your mystic power, and you feel it close. It's a familiar feeling of your body stitching it together, and the scab kind of just falls off. It's there. It's gone. You're back up to full.
Okay.
Um,
That worked for now.
I'm going to keep my cloak wrapped around me, but pretend like I'm feeling the same tenderness that they are.
Make a deception check.
I'm just gonna go ahead and fail the deception check
Nope.
because, as far as I know, like that, I'm not even noticing that there's a thing.
Yeah.
That's a natural one.
So, okay, I did this a little backwards. And maybe going forward, if you want to deceive me, Abby, send me a text or a message on Discord.
Okay.
But
I mean, they already knew that I'm not experiencing it, so I figured there was not.
yeah, I mean,
Like, I would have had to say, I'm gonna, like, oh, ow.
like
But you
they're
already
all
said I
they're
was
all
affected,
yeah,
So
that's fair. They're
it
all
sort of was a.
yeah.
There
they're-
was no way to not for
That's fair. Okay.
players to not know that I was pretending.
That's fair.
So
That's fair. In any case, it's you're finishing up your breakfast here. You've got some money, but you're still waiting on some 75 gold that was promised to you back at Bertrand. What would you like to do?
well,
Let's go see him.
Go see him?
Any other business?
As far as I'm concerned, that's the only business.
Okay.
Zephyr, can you remind me
Mm-hmm.
if the temple that I went to already was that here or was that in Wait, are we in Mystral?
You are in
We're
Mystral.
in Mystral.
The temple you visited was in Split River.
In Split River,
Mhm.
okay. Um,
Go ahead.
well, sounds like first order business. If we're gonna go out on the town anyway, we might as well have all of our money available to us. And these are getting pretty smelly. So we go
Yeah,
drop
you're telling me.
our proof off. Yeah, I know. Believe me. If I can smell it, I figure you can.
It's a very
Guys,
safe assumption.
before we head out, I have something important to tell you. And Turk is just gonna feel like that dreams are starting to be a little too overwhelming, and the fact that we should probably look to either prioritize threats as mentioned in the dream, or at least just be very aware of them. Turk wants to kind of let everyone in, so he just kind of explains the details that everyone
Of your most recent dream?
Yeah.
Okay.
About there's something on the other side of the spine.
Mm-hmm.
If there's any word of any necromantic powers or old magic, then it might be a very bad sign.
And Turk, how do you describe where you got this information? You said a dream, but how do you describe Sven and this scenario that you have?
Yes, actually. I feel like these are my closest friends, and I feel like this is an opportunity to tell them that I've been having visions of this bar space at the end of the world, and there's a man named Sven there, and someone is heavily cribbing from his darker magic in the form of necromancy. And
go ahead.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
So Sven, as Turk discloses to you all, in a previous encounter when Turk was journeying alone, he encountered Sven and has been able to visit him at this bar. And Sven has been very open about being the god of death and being the ferryman between the realms, collecting souls and sending them on their way. And someone is trying to steal his power or use his power.
I don't get paid enough to be listening to this. What the hell are you on about?
I am not entirely sure. This is something that has been thrust upon me, and if we're going to be a party and we're positioned so to save the world, I just feel like everyone should be on the same page, and this should not be a last minute thing that is brought up. You guys are my friends.
I just stare at you like with a lopsided look of like confusion and concern.
Look, Arkus, did you think the membership into this group was going to be free? Did you think that you were going to just be able to walk in and out as you please without taking on the baggage?
Learning some weird
Individual member.
I'm sorry. You guys went on my Knoll killing mission.
Well, this is breakfast with the band formerly known as the Hive Five. So I can only take that as the
we're back up to
universal
5
sign
permanent members.
Not including
Yeah, back up
Arkus,
to
yeah. Not including Arkus, there are 5 members.
Well, I don't count. I mean, does Breeze count as a permanent member because he bamps in and out?
Okay,
think
but
so.
does the moss kitten?
Yeah.
Good.
It will?
Good.
What about the egg?
When it learns how to fight.
The
The
egg
egg
ain't
is
alive
not. We
yet.
don't know if the egg is yet sentient.
The 5 is a placeholder. The 5 can be anyone. It can be 1. It can be many. It can be
It's
none.
the sentiment.
It is because it rhymes.
It's a state of mind.
You know, it's this
Where were
kind
I?
of
What
thing.
was I?
When you start talking about numbers being other numbers, that makes the rest of what you're saying seem equally crazy. You understand that?
I'm just imagining this a war veteran talking to like a hippie. Like, what do you mean you've seen the god of death? What the fuck are you talking about?
I say, look, Arkus, we like you, but times are changing. You can either get
What does that mean?
or pay for your breakfast.
Arkus. See, You're saying that we sound a little bit crazy, but we saw you in that mine. So you really can't tell us that we're the only crazy ones here.
Yeah, you get bit by a monster, and then all of a sudden you're crazy. Meanwhile, we got these three encountering gods all day like it's old hat. I don't even know what I'm talking to right now. I'm like directing my attention to the moss kitten.
Yeah.
I'm just like, are you? Do you understand? Like what?
Look. Arkus,
You got bit by a monster. I got sliced by a dagger.
We
He's
didn't
got an egg that claimed him, and she's a princess. So
She's
we all
what?
got
What? That's like normal.
her greatest burden that was thrust upon
She's
her.
the most normal of all of us.
Massive wealth and
That's not what you're continuing.
over attentive present parents.
Hey, you've never met them. I'm not flick him.
She has the greatest challenge of all, generational wealth.
Wait, you should roll strength on that flick.
Well,
and you're very big.
Okay, hold on.
my superiors would be incredibly angry if I didn't pursue the whole God of Death says the world's ending rumor. So I guess I'm sticking with you until we can disprove that theory.
Well,
My
all
strength
right.
on
Maybe.
my
Well, wait.
arc was a 17.
What's up?
Travis told me to roll a strength when I flicked him.
Oh yeah, 17. Okay,
Well, what happens, Eric?
Travis, Erica, roll a d4 for me.
How do we do that?
You click on the dice in the bottom left corner. Just click on the one that's for 4. Towards
this
the
one?
yeah.
Okay. 3.
3. Travis, you take 3 damage again. As
I fly
you
across
fall out
the
of your
room.
chair.
Back to the same damage as everyone else.
So nice.
I just look at you all, just start shaking my unbelievable. I cannot. Just what have I gotten into? They gotta send me a whole freaking squad of people to keep these guys. I just can't. And I just start walking towards Bertrand's, where we're gonna go get our money.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Let's go get her money.
Let's go get our money.
Alrighty.
While we walk over there, I would like to keep an eye out. I have 2 things I would like to do. I
Okay.
would like to keep an eye out for another temple. I think.
Okay.
Did you give us a map of this town? Did we get a map?
I did.
I probably have it somewhere. It's either way. I'd like to keep an eye out for said temple. Just of any sort, of all sorts, any and all. Please, oh please.
Mm-hmm.
And Arkus. Did you said your superior? You said you have superiors.
Yeah.
Who do you work for? If you don't
Us.
mind.
Well, I don't mind. They might mind, but they told me to stick with you, so I suppose you have a right to know. What do you know about the hunt?
I don't like how it sounds.
What do I know about the hunt?
Please roll a history check for me. Erica, if you'd like to as well.
Oh.
Turk, you have no idea.
Did I
21.
21. I'm going to wait for Erica to do her roll. 15? Right, so with a 15, Erica, and Mika will know this information too. Penelope has heard of them. You know, they're a monster hunting, like, mercenary gang, kind of, that is based up in the high mountains at a remote location that really nobody from outside has ever visited. They have contracts with the heads of the Alliance, with external cities, with smaller gangs, and they are the premier monster hunting gang, or like group, in all of the, like in the whole world. They travel all over, but they're pretty secretive. They don't, they don't advertise. They've had these contracts for centuries. They are like, hey, if you need something exterminated, like outside of city walls, we'll take care of it for you. But if it's like within your city walls, like we can send somebody to be part of like pretend to be one of your guards and then disappear. That's their deal.
Would I have encountered them at all through my father?
Your father would definitely know more about them. Like, he definitely has a contract with them himself. And so this is probably where you have heard most of it, is that he gets monster parts from them. He researches. He gets fresh monsters from them, or has in the past. You know all the information that I just told Penelope, but also that they usually hunt in pairs of one or two, in a pair or solo, usually pairs until they graduate, essentially. Strict leadership, like you obey leadership, whatever they tell you to do. And they only work for money. They, if they're not being paid to clear out the den, they're not going in, because it's a significant risk. They know a lot about monsters, probably on the same level as your dad, and that's probably where your knowledge leads, just because they are they're not like no one has heard of them, like they're a rumor, but that's where they like to keep it. Like, they're not like like I said, no one's. It's not that no one's heard of them, but they like to keep it, the less the better.
So, Arkus, you said your superiors said to stick with us. I know you can be bought. I understand that you could be bought. What takes precedence? Do we need to worry about you?
No.
In that regard.
I have money.
The organization's services can be bought. And if someone purchases those services to go out and hunt a monster, I'll go out and kill that monster. But nobody can pay me to divulge information that isn't theirs to know, nor buy loyalty that isn't for sale. My one and only purpose is to kill that which kills others. Yeah, and it's a service, because it's a risk. But you're no strangers to the mercenary approach, are you? I just referenced the ears, the bag of ears.
What do you know about the rotting fist?
You should probably get that looked at. What do I know about the rotting fist?
Roll a history or arcana check, your choice.
Alright, does it have anything to do with, let's see, if there's something specific...
From your blood hunter traits, right?
Yeah, give me a second, let me look at something. I might get a modifier from this. Features and traits.
Features and traits.
Maybe not. Oh yeah, that's if it has anything to do about Fey, fiends, or undead, I would have an advantage on intelligence checks about it. But
roll at advantage if you're using an intelligence check, if that's history or arcana.
I will do this, and I will do... Let's see, my arcana is high. What's my history? Not high, so...
Arcana it is.
Arcana it is.
And Miska's here too.
That'll be a 15.
15.
She's
That's
free today.
she asked you about that, and your instant thought is that's ancient history. Like the rotting
Gotcha.
the rotting fist was a splinter group of essentially elven nationalists, like, and also elven purists. Like, we are the superior race. Why are we even keeping these other races around? Kind of people. But that was almost at this point, like that was 600 years after the blight that essentially destroyed the world. So at this point, that's 1600 years ago, if not more.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
And
yeah,
for reference,
yep.
they also specialized in necromantic magic, hence why your Arcana check.
Gotcha. Yeah. I'll just kind of look at you. I'll make the get that looked at joke, and I'll be like, oh yeah, those guys. Why, you writing a history paper?
No. It seems they may be making some attempt at a reappearance. We've encountered a couple of fanatics, per se.
That's not
Hence the
great.
end of the world by necromancers being a little bit fitting.
Well, necromancers create monsters, so I guess that's my department. And you're
Well,
saying
like...
that someone is doing necromancy and it's pissing off death?
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
They're pulling from his magic. And it could be bad for everyone. Maybe too late if they're using that magic.
I don't want to sound like I'm suggesting you don't know what you're doing, because I don't know what you have and have not done yet. But have you told anybody else about this?
Well, see, it's a little bit difficult to tell anyone about this when everyone is connected to the man who seems to be a part of it. Garose, we found some traces of the rotting fist in his office.
And who's that again? That's
So that is second in command in the Alliance. He is essentially the assistant to the head of the Alliance. Now each city has their leader, and they're all quote unquote equal to the other heads, but the one that in King's Crest is the head, and he's her assistant.
Well, shit.
Stick with us. You might learn something new. Find something new. Okay.
I have learned way too much in the past 5 minutes than I ever wanted to know, Turk.
I agree. Would you like a hit? I don't think I've offered Arkus a hit since he's hung out with us. I hold up my pipe to him and ask if he wants a puff.
No, thanks.
It smells like seawater.
Why?
Because he was in the ocean yesterday.
Great.
Also, yeah, Turk still just stinks of seawater. Hundreds of miles from the coast.
Well then.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
And as we're walking, I'll just tell him about our whole necromancer situation that we dealt with earlier, and that we had. I'm now looking back at my notes, and it makes a lot more sense knowing that now that Otto, the court wizard, who was trying to prove that Garose was trying to overthrow the government, just for recap, that he was Elven. Apparently, I wrote that down. I thought that was important. He was planning to get rid of King's Crest and owes someone a debt. I don't know who he is, but that's what I wrote down. And we found a book in Garose's office, or Otto found a book in Garose's office that had the rotting fist symbol in it. and it is unclear if they were working together to take King's Crest down. I don't know. I don't know which to take
So-
them down. I don't know who them is.
King's Crest, you would know, is both a name and a place. King's Crest is the city, and also the name of Alice King's Crest, who is the leader.
Gotcha.
I think everyone, pretty much except Turk, would know that.
So what was your plan, and how did it end up tracking down Knowles?
Well, the plan really kind of went right out the window. When we ended up having to bring Penelope back here in order to appease her guards who were trying to track us down and take us out. Because her family wanted her to come home. So.
Oh yeah, I kind of ran away from home. I don't know if you mentioned that part.
Oh yeah, and also we came here to try and talk to my father, who is the head tactician in the army.
Arkus will visibly tense up at the mention of army higher up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he looks angry for a brief second.
But I ran away from home too, so he just is helpful.
Well,
Right. Okay. I don't
Me and I'm on my own too.
I don't know where let's just go get paid while I process this.
So, you've all arrived at the gate of the Lockkeeper's Palace. And
Did I see any temples on our way?
On your way from the barge to here, you did not. You probably saw one on your way back into town last night. They're going to be on the northern end of town. You guys are coming from the southern end. As you go into town, or not into town, as you go into the palace, it's like night and day walking from town into the palace. The gardens and the greenery are exemplary, whereas outside it's muck, it's dirt, it's gross. And you're welcomed into the palace, and the doors are opened for you to step into Bertrand's office, which is still under repair from the last time you were here, where Penelope blew out a window.
That
And Bertrand turns around. Well, it's good to see y'all again. I take the mission's been completed then, rightfully this time.
I'm just gonna dump the bag of Noel's ears on the floor.
That's disgusting. But thank you. And
You wanted proof.
he waves his hand, and from the corner a half elvish woman comes over and sets on the table 75 in a bag, which if you'd like to, you can count 75 gold pieces for completion of the
Give him
job.
the respect of trusting the number that he's given us.
You do or you don't?
I do.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'll respect that.
The rotund dragon, black dragonborn, stretches and thank you for your work. I hope it wasn't too much trouble.
It was fun.
I'm just gonna clap him on the back hard, nothing we couldn't handle, and then just turn around and walk out the door.
Are you leaving? You're
Yeah.
done? Okay. Does anyone else have anything they want to say to Bertrand?
I just leave laughing like I'm gonna punch him, but I won't.
Okay. Penelope, Turk, do you have anything?
Oh no, I guess I'll just say have a good day and then give him a quick hug and run out.
He does the like, you hug him around. He's a little taller than you. You hug him around the side, and he's like, okay. As you
Okay,
walk
I'm
up.
not gonna like run out of the room. Like I'm gonna do the thing where I'm like, okay, is that all? I'm gonna stare at him for a second, see if he's got anything else to say, and then book it if he doesn't.
Finger guns, like, are we done? Are we done here? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Does he have anything else to say?
Well, he goes, you know, if
No.
that's all, be seeing you.
All right. Bye.
So you guys go out, and I'm just gonna turn the page because fuck you.
Hey, I said I'm gonna look and see if there's anything else he's got to say.
I'm just kidding.
Also, can you? I'm sorry, I never actually finished writing down the sentence that I started earlier. What the Rotting Fist was an elven what? Like cultist group?
Nationalist.
Nationalist.
Very much like the elves should rule the world. Why are we even keeping everyone else around as like servants? Think like
And you said it was 600
think like
years
elf
before the
Nazi.
Blight.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Yeah.
But the Blight, how long ago was the Blight?
So the Blight was 2000-ish. Timelines are a little wonky because of the 2000 years prior to the Alliance forming, which is in its 202nd year. So 22
So 20 years ago.
So that's the thing, is when the Alliance came to power, they burned a lot of things. And so exact dates, little fuzzy. And also, no one's alive from then. Even in Elvish generations, that's 2 or 3.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I just hadn't finished writing down that sentence.
Yeah, you're totally
Wanted
good.
to make sure that I did, because it's important.
Alrighty. As you're walking out of the Lockkeeper's palace, where would you like, or where or what or who would you like to do?
Want to get breakfast?
You guys already had breakfast.
To the
We
market.
ate a nice breakfast and then we didn't because we were all stabbed or something.
Yeah, maybe we'll
I don't know about you, but I still ate breakfast.
Maybe we'll go for lunch.
Yeah, that stabbing really makes you need some second breakfast.
I mean, yeah.
I kind of want to go shopping.
I want to get a new collar for my little kitty.
Oh,
Do
that's
they have
like-
magical collars?
You might be able to have a collar enchanted, but
Okay.
I don't know if it's a common item. Like, I don't think a lot of like commoners are going out and be like, I want an enchanted collar for my pet. You know,
Well, I won't.
Is there a pet store?
I'm not a commoner.
that's very fair. So you guys are. I know Turk and Penelope obviously want to go shopping. Arkus and Mika.
Well, based on that last little adventure, I think stocking up on some supplies would not be out of the question.
Well, our cleric did wander away, so I think we ought to at least get some healing outside of Turk's wonderful powers.
Oh yeah, your cleric wandered away, did he? Did he also have some sort of run-in with an undead god?
No, she was just looking for rocks.
I'm so upset I asked.
Unrelated
I
to a
wish I
different
was
god.
joking. I really wish I was joking. She really was looking for circular rocks. That's where they went.
Don't worry. The artificer had a run-in with a different god. Don't worry about that. So, as you're walking towards the south side of town where you just come from is also where there's a big open air market. There's all sorts of local fish and rice dishes, which are the 2 main exports of this area. They also have some, goat and lamb products, which up in the hills, they have a lot of goats and lamb. It's going to be some, lamb steak or lamb chops or lamb kebabs, stuff like that. And a side of rice with fish or fish soup, fish stock, that kind of stuff. But
New England lamb chowder.
Yummy.
New Mystral lamb chowder, yeah, sure. So it's going to be like that kind of stuff. If you want to let's say try a sampling would be 1 gold across the board. One gold each if you wanted to sample all there is to sample. It's hearty, it's good, it's sweet food. It tastes good. They've got some, like some delicacies and some, more like, common street food.
Yeah, I'll spend a gold to eat
Also,
food.
Same.
all of you guys get 18 gold. Just split 75 does not split out very evenly. So hang on 1 second. Oh, do math things. Yeah, so take 18. And Arkus, you can have 3 extra.
Cool. I'll take that. Since
Because-
it was my contract.
Yeah, exactly.
Alrighty. So, as you're walking around, Turk and Penelope, you pass a familiar shop, Lito's Effin' Goods. Where
Dan.
Yes,
Where the-
you are very much banned from there.
the last time you went in, you tried to steal Lito's cat.
Yeah.
His lovely cat that he loves a lot for 10 plus years.
My bad.
From walking around and talking, you know that there's not a lot of like general good shops. Leto has a monopoly in town. He's a very good businessman, or at least he's a businessman. There's not a lot of where you can go and buy a bunch of things. If you wanted specialized stores, like if you wanted to buy a collar, there's like leather workers. If you wanted a weaponsmith, there's a black and ironsmiths here in town. But Lito's is going to be the place to go if you just want to browse. For if anyone wants to buy anything specific, i.e. for spell components, or I want a better, like a sharper sword, or I want to go try and find potions, etc., like more specialized, we can go find those, or Lito's is going to be the place to go and deal with the consequences of your actions.
Go leather.
So you're
So
Erica, you want to go to the leather worker?
Yeah, I'm gonna go leather maker to look for a collar. And I just need to figure out what spell I'm adding in case I need components.
Yeah, of course. So while
I'd actually like to follow her to the leather shop because I'd like to purchase a whip.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Ooh.
So you
Um,
just to temporarily divide, while Turk and Mika are finishing up their rounds of food, Penelope and
I was gonna go with
you
them.
go with them as well. Turk, you gonna follow, or are you just gonna wander?
No, I'll have my own agenda.
Sounds
But
good.
let me.
I have some of my own things also,
All
but
right, we'll go around.
Turk saying I have my own agenda is the most terrifying sentence.
That's fair.
allowing Turk to leave us is not a good idea, but we're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, you'll realize it's just the 3 of you.
He tried
Yep,
to
that's exactly what happened.
he tried to coerce a child last time this happened.
Don't say that.
Yeah, what is
What does that mean?
Wouldn't you like to know, Leather Boy? So, leather worker. A rather portly
Sorry.
woman is working behind the counter. She's pulling down some hide and working it down of some creature you don't recognize at this point. And she hears you come in and she turns around, huffs and puffs, sits down on a stool. Hi, how can I help you?
a moss kitty, and I want to get him a green collar that matches her eyes.
Pulls out a spectacle, goes, what? And she's gonna, she'll give you a quote. We'll say it's like not even a gold, so it's like 5 silver to have a custom collar made, and she'll even dye it green for you. Did you want anything etched into it, like a name or anything like that? I don't think you've named the little the little
we
dude yet.
named it yet.
Okay. So if you wanted to etch anything into it, like property of Penelope or anything like that, please return to Chalice family.
Yeah. Something like that. Property of Penelope.
Okay. So that'll be an additional 2 silver. She'll etch that in there for you. So it'll be 7 silver total.
Perfect.
Of course. Is there anything else you'd like to ask the leather worker, Penelope?
Can she put a little bell on it?
A little bell. She's like scratches her head and she goes, I could try and find one.
Thank you.
And I'll toss it in. You're so sweet. So.
And then we give her a big hug.
Oh.
Like, let's go.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, she'll take care of that for you. It'll be ready tomorrow.
Yay! Thank you.
You wanted to purchase a whip from the leather worker.
Wait.
Yep.
Sorry, one more thing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
While I look up how much a whip costs.
Can she make me? Can you go back? I can't see that. Can she make me a matching like bracelet or necklace or something?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and just add another 5.
Sweet. What a bargain. Thank you.
Ian, that's going to set you back 2 gold pieces. As she goes into the bag.
I love how the Dragonborn comes in and is just super friendly, and then here comes this human who's just grunting and pointing at things.
You got a whip? Yeah? You'll buy it.
I will ask her, is there anywhere in town that could enchant items?
Well, we're not that big of a town. We don't really have anyone magically gifted. Damien at the apothecary, he might know a little more. But I don't think anyone here is magically gifted enough to enchant. Although Lito's got connections.
And if I were looking for potions, who would I go to?
Oh.
This apothecary of yours?
Damien knows his potions. He's over at the herbs and stuff.
The herbs and stuff. This is a small town.
It is. This is the smallest of the Alliance cities. It is a rural...
Smaller than Split River?
It is smaller than Split River.
I can't find any of my maps.
I can send them in the reference images later. But
Thank you.
and all the maps I've given you are like, imagine them, it's just like, scale it down a little bit so that there's more space for people, but still, like, this town is probably sitting around maybe 10 to 20,000.
Oh, that's still pretty big.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like, it's not the capital. It's not, Split River's probably sitting around 35,000 people. They're still cities.
Okay.
But they're not like, you know, a town might be less than 1,000. You know.
Got it. Okay.
So yeah, she points you off towards the herbs and stuff, which is on the north side of town. So you might have to trek a little bit farther to reach that one for potions.
That's fine.
And Mika, you're with them as well. Did you want to ask for anything as well?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I've got leather armor on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just sort of, you know, once Arkus has done his business, just sort of, you know, come up and say, you know, hey, have you got any way to improve this or anything that might be better than it?
Well, she
offer a little extra protection.
Are you taking it off to show her, or like you're just like?
Sure.
Yeah. So she
sure.
gives it an inspection, and she, like, you know, obviously points out some spots where you've been either stabbed, jabbed, or bashed, and like, I could probably replace this section. And she turns it over a couple times. She's like, let me see what I've got in the back. And she goes into the back to look. She gets you a fresh set of leather armor. It's going to have a little bit different appearance. You could dye it if you wanted to. She doesn't really have anything higher quality per se, although she will claim it's higher quality because she made it, of course. But nothing like, in terms of functionality, no improvement.
Okay. Maybe any bracers or boots or anything like that might offer some additional protection?
She you know, she's a pretty common leather worker. There's nothing like.
Got it.
Most of her stuff is going to be, hey, you need your boot fixed? Let me get your boot fixed.
Got it.
Your pant ripped? You know, your leather pants ripped, I can fix those. But not going to be like your premier armor smith or
Cool.
yeah.
Got it.
But she can patch up the work in your leather armor for 5 gold.
Well,
and it'll just take her like 2 or 3 days.
I don't know if we could spare 2 or 3 days.
Your
so
armor is
I'm
still
just gonna-
functional. It just has holes
Yeah.
in it.
Fine. Alright.
Alright. And so, what will you guys like to do? We'll go back to Turk in a little bit.
Oh. No, I have a pelt that in my notes says could be a chimera question mark. That's probably super gross now, isn't it?
Probably. I mean, it's only been about 3 days since you guys slew a chimera. 3 or maybe closer to a week, but still.
No. Yeah. Well, because it took us, what, 2 days to get here from...
Where you slew the chimera was not even a day's travel. And then you spent 2 days in town and then 2 days out, essentially. So it's been about 5
was
days.
the chimera was between here and
Split River?
Split River? Gee. I thought it was before Split River. No, that was the
Split
vault.
River's where you started.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got that.
Yeah.
She'll offer to buy it off of
well,
you.
you know what? I'll show it to her.
Mhm.
See if she can do anything with it.
She looks over and she said, "This is a fine pelt. I could probably make you some armor out of it if you'd like. Might even be, you know, what you're looking for, sturdier than what you already have."
Sure. That would be fantastic. If you've got something a little sturdier.
She's like, "Well, you're
Or could make
throwing
it into something a little
throwing
sturdier.
in the materials. You just got to pay for the work. 3 gold. Sound good? And then come back in about 4 days."
If I give you 5 gold, can you make sure it stays fur-lined and nice and warm?
Fur lined and nice and warm it is.
Fantastic.
All right.
I'll give. Am I paying up front? I'm assuming I'm
Yeah.
paying up front.
You're paying up front for handing her a hide of a chimera.
Maybe a really cool,
Like a hood or something, or like a fur
yeah,
around
a hood.
the. Okay.
Basically,
Okay.
yeah, whatever she can do, we'll figure it out. Whatever is salvageable, as
Yeah.
long as it looks cool. Alright, that's all I got.
Alrighty. Turk, we'll get to you in a second. Arkus, you wanted to go towards potions?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna ask him about if he knows where the nearest enchanter is too.
Oh well, the nearest enchanter's going to be a couple towns over. You know, we're pretty small here and not very magically inclined. I'd shoot for. He takes a second. He pauses for a second. It's probably going to be in King's Crest if your best bet.
All right, what do you got in terms of potions?
Well, I got a couple healing potions. You know, and he pulls out and it's like what looks like to be about 3 or 4 minor healing potions.
I'll take them. How much?
That's gonna set you back about 15 gold a pop.
Done.
Alrighty. 3 or 4, no, it'll be 3 healing potions in your
All
inventory.
right, 15 a pop, so
It'll be
45.
Wait, can I buy a couple healing potions too?
Those are his stock.
Oh,
He's got 3
okay.
on hand at the moment. Healing potions are in high demand.
Okay.
And he's like, I also got this one. I'm not really sure what it does. And he's going to put it on the table, and it just looks foul. Swirling black and green. And he's like, well, I don't think anyone should drink it, but if you could throw it at something.
Can I do an Arcana check to see what it is?
Sure, Arcana or Nature, your choice.
Can I make an nature check and see if I can tell?
Nature check as well.
Ranger?
Sick.
Or-
I have no idea what
6?
this is.
Yeah, I don't think no one knows what it is.
that's a 22.
22. It don't look good. It looks like he threw a bunch of stuff together trying to make an experimental potion or messed up something experimental. It smells foul. It like burns your nose as you sniff it.
Do you have an extra container for it that I can double bag it?
He's like, well, I'll give you a leather pouch for it.
Sure.
Sure.
How much for it?
For the leather pouch,
For the potion and the leather pouch.
5 silver. Get this damn thing out of here. It smells like hell.
I'll take it.
All right.
I wouldn't.
I'm not going to drink it, sorry.
Just
I
keep
have
the cap
Some
on.
intention.
Oh.
I have some intention of throwing it at some other creature or dipping a knife in it to throw at some other creature.
Alrighty. So while you
What
guys,
about,
Go ahead.
What am I calling that, Zever?
Well, I'll get you that in a
To
bit.
put it into my inventory.
I'll get you the title of it in a bit.
Okay.
Arkus, you had something?
And to remove the
Yeah, I
potion.
don't actually know if this is an item in 5e,
Minor healing
but
potion.
I wanted
you
to
wanted
see if
find
he
something?
had. I wanted to see if he had any sort of like silver sheen or any like one use application.
He does have
you know,
a vial of holy water,
Okay.
and I feel like there's an oil, like an oil you can apply to a sword. I'm forgetting it off the top of my head.
Oh,
Let's see here.
Ah, yes, an oil of sharpness.
Gotcha.
He does have that for sale as well.
How much would that run me?
That's gonna run you closer to 12 gold.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Okay. It is a very rare potion.
I'm aware
just
of that.
So you would. Okay. Well, I will buy it.
Yeah. Alrighty.
I'll buy that vial of holy water too. How much is
Holy
that?
water is gonna put you back 1 gold.
Got it.
All right.
All right, that's it for me. I'm stopped.
We're at the apothecary, right?
Correct.
I need oak bark for a new spell.
Oak bark.
What kind of trees are around us? Could I have just gotten that?
Yeah. There's probably an oak tree
Okay.
nearby. We'll say you've gotten that. Does it say it has a cost? Like a.
It does not.
Okay.
It just says I need to have a handful of
Yeah.
oak bark.
So yeah, you'll.
Or
pick
rather,
some
it
up.
does not say it costs that much.
Yeah. You're good. All
It-
right.
yeah.
So, unless anyone else has anything from the apothecary, we'll jump to Turk real quick.
I'm looking for like traps,
Okay.
like something that I could use against enemies. It might come in the form of something that's currently used
Okay.
commonly for animals, but I'm looking for something like that.
Yeah, you could probably find a like a trapper trader kind of person on the south end of town, like on the outskirts, who has snares and like he could sell you the components to like a small pitfall trap. Like not like huge, not like 5 by 5, but like for a foot or like a bear trap, things like that.
Bear trap. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would love to go. Do I need to ask around, or can I just start heading that direction to the south side?
Make a perception check, and we'll see how long it takes you to find it. The rest of you probably walking back towards the south end to meet up with Turk.
More like find him
Oh.
before he starts
Trouble.
getting into trouble.
I'm going to, since we're closer to the north end than we were, I'm going to go meander that way and see if I can find a place of religion.
Okay, we'll jump back to that in a minute. Turk,
7.
7. It takes you a little while, but you do find like a trapper on the outside, just outside the wall, who has a small stall, who be happy to sell you a bear trap for 7 silver.
How many bear traps he's got?
He's got 2. He's only willing to part with 1.
Only one.
He needs
Okay.
1 just in case.
Yeah, I'll do 1 bear trap. And then what about
Case of
the
bears.
you got snares and stuff?
He'll sell you as a couple snares, 1 silver apiece. Pretty much however many you want.
Okay. And just so we're on the same page, that's like the thing where you kind of like lay it on the ground and it can kind of catch someone's foot and they get dragged up in the air.
Not dragged up
Or-
in the air, but more like
Okay.
it traps their ankle and like
Traps
knocks
their
them
You
prone.
could set it to do that.
You could probably set it to that. It's not really in this guy's wheelhouse. Like you'd need full rope for that. This is more just like a loop of rope. That's going to be like a distance of rope. But, now that you've seen a snare, you could probably use your own rope and the same materials to make it like that.
If only you knew it, Artificer.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take 5 of those then.
Okay. That'll put you back 5 silver.
Okay. 5 silver for that, 7 silver for the bear trap.
Mhm.
Anything else? You said materials for like maybe a pitfall trap you might have?
Yeah, he'll like show you how to make one, and we'll sell you the components for one at about 5 silver for one.
Can you explain to me exactly like how big it is or like
Yeah,
how
so
it can be set?
it'll trap up to a large creature's foot, depending on the creature, of course. It'll trap 1 foot and deal approximately 1d8 piercing damage, and then it has the chance to make them fall, like to fall prone.
Yeah, okay. Can I get 5 of those as well, or like
Yeah,
5
he'll
kits?
show you how to make it, and then give you like some of the necessary materials. Like a lot of it, he's like, just find this while you're there. You'll have to dig a hole or whatever. He'll give you that
All right.
for 6 silver apiece.
6 times. Okay, so 30 silver for that.
Mhm.
Okay. Plus the 12, 42 silver overall.
Mhm.
Okay. My friend, thank you very much.
Can
I'll head back to the group.
you read these 3 spells and tell me which one I should pick?
Mika, you wanted to go to a temple,
Hmm.
so
What can I find here?
make a perception check.
That's a natural 20.
Natural 20.
Nice.
As
That's
you're
a total of. Add what? That's a total of 21.
Nice. So, as you're walking back from, and maybe on your way up as well, you see several temples. You see a temple of the Twin Sisters, which is a similar place that you had visited in Split River. You see a temple to Brain Fart. That's not the name of the god.
Oh, mighty brain pot.
You see a temple to the Warfather, Yatal. You see a temple on the lakeside to Kalani, the goddess of the sea and water, and a temple to Titanus, who is the god of the earth. Those are the 4 temples that you see worshipped here on the north side of town.
Which would seem most related to the sun and moon?
That would be the Temple of the Twin Sisters.
They were already not particularly helpful.
Oh, we're just going and talking to gods again, are we?
Mm-hmm.
You people are insane.
Hmm. Um. Hmm. Because they specifically told me that it was not related to them, so that's not helpful at all.
I think the meteor's up.
Was there a library?
A library. Make a perception check as you're walking around for the library. I'm looking for something different now.
That's another natural 20.
Another natural 20. Okay.
Hey.
Yeah.
So there is a small library, more like a bookstore, closer to the southern end of town. If you'd like to duck inside,
Sure.
it is a musty, really old-smelling shack with an old guy sitting behind the counter who hears you open the door. Oh, hello there. How can I help you, Missy?
Um, I I am looking for some very specific information, and I know that you are a small shop, but sometimes y'all have the most interesting books. So I figured I would come and take a look.
Well, I'll see what I can do. I know all the books on the shelves.
I was hoping you might have some information about the Bringer of Eras.
Bringer of Eras. Oh, man. That doesn't ring any bells. He's gonna just double check. No, it doesn't ring any bells for this older gentleman.
Oh no.
You know, if you're looking for information about anything older than me, he chuckles. He says, oh gosh, hold on. Da-da-da-da-da. Where the heck is my notes on that? I recommend you visit Iago in King's Crest. He has the largest library in the Alliance. It's Iago, Iago. Iago.
See, I've been directed to the Grand Library before, but to have a good contact name is certainly helpful.
Well,
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, of course.
You wouldn't happen to have any history books on anything, maybe old Elven history before the Blight?
Oh, I don't store too many history books. More fiction and botanical, stuff on that note. And you look around, and the books are kind of like they might have been written by people close by. They're not tomes. They're not novels. I wouldn't say fan fiction, but they're like local stories, local legends, stuff like that.
Now, sir, you know what might be helpful, since it seems to all be local information? How about some nature books? Anything about the local flora, fauna, etc.?
Oh yeah, of course. And he pulls down a book off the shelf, and it's written by a guy named Tom. That's it. It just says Tom on the front. And Tom wrote a book on Frickin' Tom, dude. Wrote a book on the herding patterns of local little sheep up in the mountains, and how they'll come to and from Narwhal, which is up in the north of the town, on the other side of the lake. They'll wander down during the winter months because it gets too cold, and then when it gets too hot down here, they'll wander back up towards the mountains. And it goes.
Does it have information about routes and things like that?
They usually follow the main road, and so occasionally you can see them go along the main road between the two towns. They have been known to circle around the long way, but it's rare.
Does the book have information about that long way?
It mentions that there is a road that goes around the opposite side of the lake and then meets up at a fort that you're familiar with, on the other side of the lake. Sits on the lake and splits off this road, a lesser used road that goes around towards Narwhal, and then one that goes straight to Mystral. And the main road from that fort goes to King's Crest.
Interesting.
And it mentions that, but it's not detailed on that route. It's not a very commonly used route.
I'm sure I carry a notebook of some sort. I'm probably just gonna draw a little map
Okay, sounds good.
and make a note of the alternate route.
Mhm.
Because we have heard about journey needed to go to Narwhal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So we had Turk looking for trapping supplies. We went to the apothecary. We went looking for priesthoods. You didn't decide to go into any of those priesthoods.
No.
The leather worker's done. Does anyone else have any other shopping they want to do? Do we want to venture towards Lido's? If anyone needs any other supplies.
You want to go to Lido's?
Those two can wait outside.
I should probably. I'm pretty. I'm a twink. I need to go pick up some armor.
What did you say?
What?
Did you say I'm a twink?
I said I need some armor.
Yeah. Okay. That makes more sense.
No, before that part.
I think it was about the apothecary. Okay.
So you're looking for armor. You don't already have armor on?
No, I want something that's not gonna impede movement, but will obviously kind of make me a little bit more durable.
Okay. Reminder that you did find the boots of water walking, I believe, in one of the treasure hoards in the town or in the mine.
The boots?
There was a set of boots of water walking, which is not an actual item in D&D because I made it up, but it essentially allows you to walk on water while you're attuned to the boots.
I just want something that'll help me kind of tank attacks.
Yeah, absolutely. The options would be to either seek out the leather worker if you're looking for something heavier, like studded armor or chain mail or something like that. You're gonna have to find an armory, or there's always Lido's as well.
I feel Lido's beckoning. So
hey, it's the place to go to shop for things. It's not my fault, y'all.
There might be some stuff there. Maybe some extra traps. So, I'll go.
Everything in this game.
I'll tell the group, hey guys, I'm gonna try to smooth things over for what it's worth with Lido. I think I'm better off this alone.
We'll say he meets up with you guys as you guys like
Just
see him
waiting for a
walking.
telepathic connection.
You see him like walking into Lido's, and you're like, "What are you doing? You guys have a bad rap." And he's like, "I'm gonna smooth things over."
I don't
Wait,
think
what
I'm
did
with them
what did he
yet.
do?
I think this was all. He tried to steal the cat
The beloved
and
lonely man.
Why would you do that?
Because I asked him to.
Because Penelope needed a friend.
It was before I had my moss kitty.
We were trying to get dirt and see if Lido was like an abusive or a bad owner, but he checked out.
Good God, the bourgeoisie really do have an out-of-touch idea of pet ownership, don't they?
Their own. Anyway, I think that a heart-to-heart between two men will smooth things over.
If he shoots at you, I'm not fighting him back.
I know. I don't expect you to.
So are you going in? Is anyone coming with him, or is it just Turk?
I'm gonna
I don't
wait
think I'm back.
outside.
So Mika's still wandering around looking at other shops.
I was gonna go in there, but now I don't want to. Not until whatever this is resolved.
Oh, hey, he doesn't know you.
Right, but I don't want to be in there while Turk. He'll say something and be like, "And this is my associate." I'm like, "Don't, no,
Don't drag
no."
me into this. All right, sounds good. Penelope, are you staying outside with Turk, or outside with Arkus, or going in with Turk?
I'm not going in
All
there.
right, Turk. You walk into a familiar shop with rows and rows of goods and spices and what looks to be a rack of weapons and cloaks and dagger, all that kind of stuff. And at the back counter, behind a glass table with some sparklies in front, you see a greased back, slightly pudgier man picking his nose and picking his ear. You go, "Oh, hey, I remember you. You're not gonna steal the cat again, are you?"
No, I'm actually here because I wanted to apologize. It seems that Lido and the cat had a really sour run-in with my twin brother Torque, and it wasn't the nicest thing. He has a really bad rap of entering my life and sort of causing mayhem. He teleported me to like halfway across the world, and it took me a while to get back here, but I figured that amends were needed. He is a coward and has run off, so
I need you to roll a deception check for me.
I cannot believe that this was your plan.
Let's see. Fuck. 10.
10? He does not believe you. He's like, hey, just be honest. Are you gonna take the cat or no?
You seem like a humorous guy. No, I'm out of my pet napping arc. I'm ready for be over. And
what can I do you for?
First off, I talked to a hunter on the other side of town. He didn't have diddly squat for me, but I was wondering if you have anything in the way of traps.
Traps? I might have something. And he stretches and he goes back into like a little back room behind him, and he comes out and he puts on the table a piece of paper. And on this is a magical seal. And you can like kind of like see the arcane nature behind it. If you'd like to make an Arcana check.
Yeah. Five.
You can see that it's arcane, but you don't get it. And he says, you take this and you pump a little bit of your magic into it, and it'll tell you when somebody's coming, if somebody walks past it. And it'll also give them a little kick in the butt.
Does it hurt? Or is it just like a tap on the shoulder?
It doesn't feel good.
All right. How much we copping this for?
This one, 15 gold. I'll give you this one. It's one-time use, though.
15 gold. Shoot. I'm starting to feel like I was forgiven a little too quickly for this, and I didn't get a really good read on the magic of it. So. You know what? I'm gonna have to sleep on it. How about in the way of armor? What do you got for me?
Well,
yeah, anything that's not too little light, help me tank a little hit. Nothing that's gonna slow me down.
I've got some boots. And he pulls down a pair of boots. And they are slightly, not shimmering, but like slightly glowing, slightly like arcane in nature. They are boots of like, I don't remember the term for it, but they give you +1 to your AC. And they're going for 75 gold.
75.
Hey man, +1 to your AC is a good thing.
Can I roll? I mean, if I roll another Arcana, can I find out anything more about them? Or
yeah, by all means.
All right, that one felt a little bit better. 18.
18. They are +1 to your AC boots.
That's it. Okay.
That's it.
What am I looking at right now? Hell, let's see. Am I rolling like that? Did we divide it? Remember how we got like the ruby and the diamond? Did we all get 1 ruby and 1 diamond, or do we have to split that up?
I believe you split it up, but I'm not remembering correctly.
Did anyone write in their inventory?
I think whatever you have in your I think we split them up.
I do not.
Hang on.
All right. Well, Lito,
2 gold.
you drive a heavy bargain.
Mm-hmm.
You drive a heavy deal. You know what? I think I have some boots. I'm gonna go with that trap actually. I'll give you the 15 gold for it.
15 gold for the trap. Alrighty.
Hey man, I'm all for forgiveness and making reparations. So if there's anything you need from me ever, you just let me know. I feel like that debt is still undue.
Alrighty. He tentatively shakes your hand. He says, well, hey, if you have any friends in town, send them in. I've got some other goods, fucking goods. Lito's fucking goods, you know.
Yeah, I know, man. I got you. All right, I leave. Hey guys, it wasn't so bad. He's a pretty nice guy. He's pretty forgiving.
Empty your
You need
pockets.
no bad blood. Go ahead.
Empty your pockets.
Me?
Yeah, you. That went way too smoothly. What did you take?
Nothing. I paid for this with my 15 gold. Look, nothing's in my pockets. What's in your pockets? I'm gonna pull out his pockets with my mage hand.
Arkus, what falls out of your pockets?
I mean, probably my money. And like maybe a tinder box. Like everything else is in my backpack or like strapped to me physically.
See, it doesn't feel so good, does it? This group is built on trust.
This group is built upon an entire story you told me about stealing a cat for no reason.
I know, and you trusted that I was telling the truth about that.
Okay. I pick up my money and I walk into the shop.
Alrighty. You see a greasy, slightly pudgy man goes, "Hey, welcome to Lito's fucking goods. How can I help you?"
What do you got in terms of magic items?
Magic! Cracks his fingers. I got magic for you. What kind of magic you looking for?
Defense, attack,
He
elemental, magical.
So he'll walk over to the right to a large rack of weaponry. And he'll slide it just to the right and pull out a nasty looking black sword. It looks very sharp. And it's like almost like a scimitar, like curved at the very end. I don't remember what that one's called, but solid black blade, but still metallic in nature. And he'll walk you back over to the counter, sets it down. He's like, "This one, the Sword of the Veil. Let me tell you, normal swords, they cut you, and it hurts. This one, it rots you, and it hurts."
That sounds cursed.
Do you want to make it Arcana or a check or anything like that?
Yes, absolutely. Got to be careful around these people. Oh man, my rolls are on fire tonight. 7.
7. I mean, it looks like it oozes like rot. Like it's a clean blade, but like in an Arcana sense, it rots things.
I will. I'm probably somewhat interested, but I will feign disinterest and go, "All right, what else you got?"
In terms of weaponry, that's the only magic weapon I've got in the store right now.
Okay.
But I've got,
Turn into Peter Griffin.
Peter Griffin.
Yep.
I'm Joe.
He's
Swan-
Or,
doing a little bit of Joe.
no,
Yeah.
so
I've never, whatever.
my accents all flow together when I can't think. When I'm thinking on the spot, it's
Yeah.
I have the same problem.
he some of his other weapons look like they may be like a +1 kind of sword or dagger or rapier, kind of like he has a selection of each. If you're looking to go up like a +1, it's going to be an addition. It's like like 35 to 40, depending on the type of weapon.
What about those boots he was talking about?
The boots. He goes back. He's like, "Oh, I was just telling someone about those." He comes over, brings them down, and it's fine leatherwork boots with a slight hue to them. +1 AC boots, going for one. Did I say 75? 75.
How much does he want this sword?
The sword, 120.
I bought a bunch of other stuff. What if I were to get a +1 rapier?
It's going to set you back 36 gold.
Okay. And what if I trade in my current rapier?
Your current rapier, it's just a plain rapier.
Yeah.
Is it in good condition, would you say?
I would say it's within good condition, yeah.
So he'll take a
usable.
look at it, and he recognizes the craftsmanship as being, from the military. And he'll pass it back to you and say, oh, I'll do it for 30 gold. I'll give you 6 gold in return for the saber.
It's my military saber. I don't think I want to get rid of my military saber.
Are you
if
sure,
it's
though?
Well, it's a reminder of my service.
That's fair.
But it's more to honor the squad than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
I can enchant stuff with my blood, so I'm not super hurting for a magic item right now. Yeah, I'll thank him and say, a bit rich for my blood today, but I'll come back after I get a new score.
Mm-hmm. He thanks you, and he'll say, hey, if you ever need any items appraised, you don't know what something is, I got connections, I know what things are, and I've got plenty of other things. And he pulls out a ring, he pulls out an orb of sorts, he pulls out a set of maracas, and he shakes them around. He's like, I got plenty of things.
I'll ponder the orb. Actually, you know what I do need? He shows the ring, and I'll go, you know what? Actually, what do you have in terms of light? Something that can cast light, maybe?
Well, I got torches.
No, yeah. I look at him as if to be like, are you an idiot? We all have torches. And I go, no, I mean, magical in any sense. Like a ring or a...
Well, he goes into the back, and you hear rustling, the cat, and he comes back out with a small lantern, small, size of a can, right?
Uh-huh.
And he says, I'm pretty sure this still works. And he shakes it vigorously and sets it down, and it gives off a fair amount of light. It probably sheds about 15 feet of bright light, and then another 5 feet of dim.
Okay. And it looks like something I could hang on my belt or something.
Yeah.
All right. How much does he want for that?
I forgot it was there. 5 gold.
Done.
And he passes it to you. Anything else, sir?
Nah, that'll do it. I was just in some caves and can't exactly see in the dark very well.
Can't be too careful with them caves. You never know what you're going to find down there.
Yeah, well, I found gnolls, so...
Oh, those are nasty. Sure you don't want the sword?
Can't afford the sword, but we'll check again later.
Alrighty, well...
I do let him know that it is so, nauseating to look at that I do not want the sword.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'll return outside to where Turk and Penelope are.
Can I get a couple ingredients that I just thought of?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll say, what are you looking for?
I think I already have for
Okay.
Mark.
Yeah.
A rod of amber / crystal / glass.
Okay.
What a niter is?
What?
Sulfur niter? NITER?
I don't know what that is. I'm gonna Google that. It's a mineral. Well, it's a mineral, I guess. Potassium nitrate. Sure.
okay.
Yeah. The apothecary would have had the niter.
Okay.
And in terms of amber, Leto might have some amber behind the desk if you'd like to go in and ask.
Let's send Turkin to go.
I'm gonna send Turk in.
Please.
All right.
Hey, long time no see. Hey, someone else was looking at those boots too. They're going fast.
That's okay. I'm picking up some niter for a friend.
That's not what you're in there for.
Oh shit.
You're there for a rod of amber.
You just
Oh, I need some amber.
you hear that from outside. A rod of
No.
a rod of amber. Yeah. He like goes and he looks through like a drawer of gems and he puts one down for you. Does it have a gold amount next to it, or does it just say a rod of amber?
It just says rod of amber, crystal, or glass.
Sounds good. So he has, if you're looking for amber, he has that. He certainly has like a crystal or glass as well. They're all going to be about the same price, between like 5 silver to a gold.
The crystal, then.
All right. I have a pretty lady friend who'd like a pretty crystal. A rod for some.
Well, he passes it to you and he says, all right, that'll be 8 silver then.
Yeah, all yours, buddy.
And he puts the rest away. Anything else? You need anything of praise? You don't know what something is? I got connections.
No, you know what? You've been so gracious. How about you just take a 10 silver tip, buddy? All for
He's
you.
going to pass him a gold piece.
Come on in, yeah.
Okay.
All right, well,
Yeah.
he catches it out of the air and he goes, huh, thank you kindly.
You're welcome. I'll be back now, you hear?
Come back. There's always new items.
Before you leave, would the
Wait, I leave. I don't have any.
Do you leave again?
would the sulfur, pine tar, and molasses all be at the apothecary too?
Yeah.
Or would that be
That would all be at the
Okay.
apothecary. Go ahead and strike off a total of 2 gold.
for all of that?
Just so like you have enough of those materials for a while.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Turk has left the shop for the second time. Anyone else need anything? Want to shop?
I'm good.
Good.
How do you tell if a component is consumed?
If it has a material cost, assume that it will be consumed. Otherwise, like, assume that you have enough of it. Like, it might, if it says like sulfur, it might just be like a tiny pinch of it. Versus, it says like a chalice worth 75 gold would be, yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to try and find like bracers or something similar to that.
Okay.
Would that be a Lido
Looking for like
purchase?
bracers to increase your AC.
Mhm.
Is that like? Hold
Or
on, I have to like.
Interesting, something interesting
I have to look
is
up
also an option.
because I think like, in terms of items, I think bracers are just.
Are they just
I
cosmetic?
think they're just cosmetic. Ian, do you know?
There are bracer, like it's one of those items where boots, bracers, gloves, stuff like that, they are pretty much just cosmetic unless they are themselves a magic item.
Mm.
And there are like bracers of archery; those exist.
Yeah, that's what I'm
But they don't.
looking at.
They don't actually like do anything unless they are, a specific item. You know what I mean?
Well then, okay, because that's sort of what I was hoping I would find something, like of bracers of something. So maybe like rings or anything, some kind of a tchotchke that is useful.
Wait, go ahead and repeat that. Sorry.
Like some kind of a tchotchke that is useful, whether it's a bracelet, a rings, a bracers, a things. I got money to spend.
Okay. Did you want to
I
go
would like
into
to
Lido's?
spend it. Sure.
Okay. So you walk into Lido's, you see the greasy, slightly pudgy man sitting behind the counter. Hey, busy day today. How can I help you?
I really don't know why we all chose to come in here one at a time, but I'm hoping to find something that might give us a little boost on the battlefront.
Boost on the battlefront.
Just
well,
anything, maybe a little shiny, sparkly, something like that.
shiny and sparkly. Oh, do I have shiny and sparkly for you? He goes over to the weapons rack, slides it to the side, pulls out the Sword of the Veil, and does his whole presentation on it. Second person come looking for this. Second person come looking for this. It's going like hotcakes, let me tell you. 120 gold.
I'm gonna hold up my dagger and just look at him and go, I've already got one cursed weapon. I don't need two, hon.
He looks at it and just like drops the sword and he's like, get that out of my sight. I don't want to see anything like that.
Recognize this?
I don't want to talk about it.
What is this guy's story?
This guy just dropped 120 gold sword because you held up a dagger.
I'm not gonna move a damn inch.
He like backs up a step. He's like,
what do you know about this dagger?
He's like, all I know, it floats around and it's cursed.
I damn well know it's cursed. Where have you seen it before?
Make a persuasion check to see if he'll talk.
You gonna roll well for me, or you're gonna act like shit? Persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
13.
13. He says, it's been traveling around for centuries. It drinks blood. The rumors are scarce, but daggers like that don't stick around unless they're that dagger.
You know how to get that curse to go away? Or what it does to people?
I don't know how to cleanse curses. I just run a shop. He like looks like towards the back office like, I just run a shop. Your better bet is to check with, and he knows this, but I have to review my notes. Where is that note? That is a great question, Zephyr.
Oh, he's the one that wants us to take a shipment to Narwhal. Sorry, Lito.
Please don't tell me that it got ruined by the water. I would cry. I would actually cry. Hold on.
You must go see her.
Belnard.
Do you want to find out the name? We'll come back to it.
Insert name here.
Insert name.
The guy.
Sure. We'll insert name later. Or rather, you know what? Lito doesn't know the name, but he's heard that there's somebody in Deeproot that knows how to cleanse curses. You've heard of Deeproot.
You got any business with Deeproot, or someone or anything that needs to go that way if we decide to make that trip?
I don't have any shipments going to Deeproot right now, but honestly, you're making me kind of nervous with this cursed dagger in my presence.
Reasonable.
And he's picking up the sword and like putting it back. Clearly you don't want this sword. And he's like, I have some other items, just put the dagger away.
Oh yeah, it's back in my pocket.
Okay.
or back in its
So he puts the counter between you and him now. He's like, I'm gonna stay back here. And he shows you the boots again.
See, I'm really debating if I pull out the other cursed mace.
Cursed mace?
I have an obsidian mace.
Who said it was cursed?
You!
I did not.
The weird noises it was making led us to
the one that
believe
made
it
everybody
might
all
be.
calm and then super anxious when they put it down.
You believing it's cursed does not mean it's cursed.
True.
We'll take it out and ask Lito. He's the.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Since it makes people calm, actually, since it makes people calm, I was like, well, I'll put the dagger. Say, but thank you for that information. And I actually do have an item that may be of interest to you. We've got a pretty neat mace that we found on our adventures out in Golden Spring, and I'll plop the mace down.
And he, like, without looking away from you, picks it up and like looks at it. And it again, it's a mace with, it's not necessarily spikes, but like trills down the side, or not trills, frills down the like
Fins,
whatever you want to call them, that are obsidian, jagged obsidian. The rest of it is like a very fine steel. And he's looking at it and he says, some cultures believe obsidian has anti-deific properties. I don't subscribe to those beliefs myself, but it, do with that information what you will. I'll take it off your hands for this one. This is a beautiful, beautiful piece. I'll take it off your hands for 30 gold. Wait, hold on. Was there Yeah. That was my notes on that.
Got anything that you might trade for it?
Anything worth 30 gold. And he pulls up, there's a small healing potion.
Wait.
And
I'll take, if you got a couple more healing potions?
I just got the one small one in stock right now, and he pulls out like a medium, like a normal sized potion of healing. It's like, this one's 40, so you tip in an extra 10.
40 seems pretty high for a potion of healing.
Potions of healing are expensive.
For a small one?
Small
you
one,
just had 15 for the small one.
Small one here is 20.
That Arkus got.
Doesn't necessarily
So
mean
it's
it's
smaller,
always
is
the
it
same
medium?
price.
Is it small or is it medium?
Yeah, the small one is 20. The normal one is 40.
Oh. You said, okay. I see. I understand now. Sure, I'll take both of them, and I'll
Okay.
give him 30.
Sounds good. He passes you those two.
So it's a small and... Oh, no, I didn't mean to add 30.
Small, and then I believe it's just called a potion of healing.
Okay. Great. Well, that's a weight off my back.
Literally, yeah? You got anything else you wanted me to take a look at? Other than, you know what?
Do I have arrows? Let me make sure I've got arrows.
I believe you do. You didn't fire many
I
inside
have
the cave.
23. Yeah, no, I haven't really fired anything. Got any interesting arrows?
Interesting arrows. Yeah.
Besides
he,
the
like,
usual ones. Maybe something silver.
He goes into the back and comes out and he puts 3 on the counter. He has an arrow that has like a barb on it, like a thick barb. He's like, this one will stick in. And if they try to take it out, it'll do a bunch more damage. The next one is like, this one burns like a motherfucker. And this one,
Eloquent salesman.
hey, Lito, he's fucking good. And this one, he touches it, and it's just like, ooh, cold to the touch, like sticks to his finger almost, cold. 5 gold apiece.
How much for them? What was that?
5 gold apiece.
That seems for just one each.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you 12.
12. Fine. 12 apiece. That's fine by
Instead
me.
of 15. Instead of 15, I'll give you 12 for the lot.
He narrows his eyes. He's like, you drive a hard bargain. Roll a persuasion check.
You barga high driving.
Ian's getting tired.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, we're good. We can wrap soon. We're chilling.
Yeah, that's an 8. That's not gonna work.
8
All right,
is
I'll toss him 15.
It's 15, and you'll take the 3 arrows already.
Nice.
All right. Anything
I'll
else? Anything else?
All I got.
All right. Have a good one. If you see anyone else, tell them I said hi.
I'll make sure they come by, but I think we've probably cleaned you out.
Oh, he's like, I got plenty of stuff, and I'm always willing to buy. Lito's got plenty of fucking goods.
What a cool guy.
Alrighty, as Mika exits, now everyone is regrouped outside of Lito's fucking goods. We could
Sounds
probably
like it might be lunchtime.
lunchtime, and we'll take the evening, huh?
Very cool.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
And then we'll figure out our next course of action.
Indeed.
Productive stuff.
I know.
Yeah, little shopping, little.
Little role play episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Alrighty, guys.
Awesome.
Have a good
Thank
one.
you.
Bye. I'm not actually.
GG.
I'm not actually hanging up. I'm just saying goodbye to the recording. Bye.
Oh.
So bye.